Take picture. Stop recording video. Button. Speech off.
Hey guys, this is your Matty of the Blind World here, and this is a follow-up from the video I did not too long ago in relation to the hashtag what anime taught me about writing, or hashtag what anime taught me about writing, or vice versa. It's a tag that's been promoted by Jenna O'Malley, Jenna the Soul Writer here on YouTube with the Heart Readings community. And the month of January was hard for me to get into this, like the tag, the challenge, but I still want to try and do something. So here it goes. Today, I apologize because it's windy outside and it's not a great day, especially it being Sunday, the 4th of February 2024. But here it goes. So, in anime, and especially how I am a person that lives with a disability, even though I don't see myself as as I would see or believe in the word disabled, because that's a topic for another day. But because I'm a person that lives with visual impairment, significant visual impairment, blindness, Asperger's syndrome, Scarlet Moon syndrome, and Asperger's syndrome, I want to talk about in anime basically people with disabilities in anime. Now, I used to write short stories before. I used to base it on Lord of the Rings. I used to base it on X-Men, that sort of thing. But I've never written about, people with disabilities in anime. And I find people disabled in anime, there's not that many of them. If you actually, we'll say early 2000s and 2010s. Now, I could be wrong about this, but to my knowledge, there's not that many people with disabilities in anime. And especially the content of anime, because I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, Dragon Ball Z, which is also an anime, and various others. And I want to talk about how you can write the people with disabilities into anime. Now, I haven't written characters in anime. I just want to point that out because I haven't written in years. But I'm still going to talk about, in my opinion, because I am a creator here on YouTube, on how I feel you should write characters with disabilities into anime. Now, this is how I would do it. Like, you don't have to listen to me, obviously, but I would prefer if you did, because I want to make my content something that people can watch, and hopefully, you can take something from it. Like, I would hope that me being a visually impaired man, you take something from what I have to say in my experience, and just, that I'm heard and I'm listened to. So without further ado, hashtag what anime taught me about writing. Number one, if you're writing about people with disabilities, include them in I would say the preface, the beginning, or somewhere in the story, because take Yu-Gi-Oh! For example. In Yu-Gi-Oh! With Joey Wheeler, and it's different from the manga and the anime. His sister Serenity, she was going to lose her sight, and she didn't go through her operation because Joey lost his first match in Battle City against the Rare Hunter. And I was actually looking through this yesterday. And even in season 1, and this goes into number one here for me. Include the person with the disability into the story, the anime, and vice versa, and like give them a part to play, because also as well, not just for Yu-Gi-Oh, but in the Majin Buu arc of Dragon Ball Z, he ends up meeting, and I can't think of the boy's name unfortunately, but the boy is completely blind, and we interpret Majin Buu as being evil, but yet he cured this boy's sight. He cured him of his like his disability, his visual impairment. Like he cured him of it, which I think is like, significant. And as well, another show that was in the 2000 on Nickelodeon, which I argue is canon, like it is anime. It can be based off anime because it's sci-fi. Life as a Teenage Robot and Jenny, because me and my friend Chris, we talk about this all the time, and we basically say how she wanted to be human. She wanted to have a normal life, but the second she had the normal life, she hated it. And that can be people with disabilities, going from visually impaired, then sighted, then not coping, hating it, and just vice versa. But like I say, number one, make your story with the disabled character in it, like include them essentially. Include the disabled character in some shape or form, whether they be related to the side character, related to the antagonist, protagonist, vice versa. Number two, give them a story, give them an arc. And what I mean by this is, I don't mean necessarily an arc, but give them a part in the story. Like, for instance, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, Duelist Kingdom, Season 1, and this is what I'm going to go into, the prize money was 3 million. And Yugi was even saying, how can you think of like 3 million in a time like this? But here's the thing that we as the audience, that we know that the characters don't, and where they're ignorant. Joey, he even states this, I need 3 million. Like, I'm even thinking of what he's thinking. I need the 3 million. I need the money to pay for my sister's operation, Serenity. I need the money to pay for that. Like, I need that actual money. That money can change her life. So, like, making it like that, how it can mean to the character. And he essentially didn't see her till they were very young, like when they were kids, and then seeing her again. And she didn't really have a big part to play in the actual game, but just she was important to Joey that he was able to risk everything for her, and just, it can be very significant. And I would say write that into the story, like write that into the anime. Because him doing that for his sister was huge. Like, even him and Yugi dueling in Pegasus's castle near the very end, like, they even said it, look, we're friends, but, you're dueling for your grandfather, I'm dueling for my sister, so, like, the stakes are high. And also in the soundtrack to it, there's a song from that episode that I love, is May the Best Man Win, no matter what. It's the song, no matter what. And I love it because it's so symbolic. Like, they're friends, they're brothers, but just, one of them is going to win and one of them is going to lose. Which brings me into my third part, my third reasoning. Basically, make your story anticlimactic. Because in Duelist Kingdom, for instance, like, Yugi was dueling to save his grandfather. Like, he had a goal to reach. Like, he had a goal. And so did Joey. He had a goal for money to save his sister. And even the evil Bakura in the Millennium Ring, his goal was to seize the 7 Millennium items. So you need to make it anticlimactic. You need to make it based on lore. Like, you need to make it based on something that's relatable, like all the characters are trying to get to. And even in Dragon Ball Z with Goku, who's one of my favorite characters, his goal was to always get stronger and break his limits. And, you know, like, every one of us is trying to break our limits in some shape or form. And I think that's the important thing to realize. Also, in this, you need to make your story stand out. And in Yu-Gi-Oh! It stands out because, as well, the creator, he said that he would make something of himself. And he actually did. In fairness to him, he did. And I'm talking about Kasumi Takahashi, the main creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he was mocked as a kid. And what I find inspiring, he actually went out and said he would make something of himself. Like, even when people thought he wouldn't do it, he ended up doing. And just, I find it inspiring. Also in Dragon Ball with Majin Buu, when he cured that kid, like, he was meant to be evil, but then he decided, you know what, I don't have to be evil. I don't have to go killing people. I can actually live a happy life. And if he wasn't attacked or the evil in him didn't resurface, he could have been like pure, like a good guy, instead of where we see him in Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Super. I really think that it could have ended differently. Number 4, have good narration in your story. What I mean about this is, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the opening series, you have a narrator that goes into the series with saying long ago and how Egypt and how the Egyptians played a game of terrible power. In Dragon Ball Z, you always have the narrator telling you what's happening, and with the episodes, which to me as a visually impaired person is huge, because if I don't have narration or something to go on with the voice actors, I'm not going to enjoy the anime. And also, Life as a Teenage Robot with Jenny, how she's a robot, how she's basically told by her mother that she's basically going to save the world from bad guys. But you have to wonder, is there more than that? Is there more to the narration? Like, you know, and even in Witch, WITCH with the full stops in the middle, like, they're told to protect the land of Meridian and protect the Bale and stop Phobos and his army coming through with the monsters, but they have powers, and even their powers is based on like lore of the heart of the dragon, of the daughter of the emperor, the ruler, how she went into exile, and how that's how the heart was created. That's how the guardians were created. And even the narration in that. But in general, you guys, I think that your anime or story, it needs to have good narration. It needs to have a good starting point. It needs to, be real. And I'm going to go on to my final part, is number 5. Your story needs to have a link, a starting point, a key, something that connects everything together. And also as well, a changing outcome. Because in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal and in all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, the main character forgets why they dueled in the first place. Yugi, he became a strong character from his dueling. He wasn't a shy, timid person anymore. Jade and Yugi from GX, he realized that he was dueling too seriously, and he forgot about why he dueled in the first place, which was to have fun and make friendships. Yusei Fudo, he's different because he's doing to save his friends, and just he's using his love of dueling to bring everyone together, so that's different. But it connects again because in Zexal, Yuma Tsukumo and Astro, he even forgets to do it for fun as well. And then even in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 with Yuya Sakaki, how he just wants to make people smile, but then when he deals seriously, he ends up going psycho and throws his philosophy out the window. So you need to love your anime, you guys. You need to love like the characters, like what makes them angry, what makes it good. Like just that's what I'll say for now. I forgot to mention this at the start, but this is about hashtag what anime taught me about writing, friendships, anime, narration, goals, and the reason for the anime. I just want to put that out there. And just, if you're part of this tag, I recommend doing a video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And just have a good day, my friends. Bye.
Speech on. Take picture. Stop recording video.